think that this is looking extremely good for Acend.
Yeah, naturally, it's going to have to ascend like lean, right? Because we're talking about world champions versus a fresh new SMB that has a lot of promise, but I still think it's early days. You sort of
it makes no sense for Acend to change things up here. We saw them play this map at back at Champions, and Ryan, don't fix what ain't broken.
Yeah, through short, and it's the fight for cNed. He's going to be the one given an opportunity to make a big play here. The first found, the dash out, and that's a free opening duel.
Yeah, solid start, and well, with the current positioning of the defensive side, it has to be a switch up. Now, the information's going to be there, but the starxo at this point, it becomes dangerous, and XiSTOU's lurk through already makes this a little bit more awkward. They've managed to catch players re-aggressing to try and help starxo out on the other side of the map.
Close going to buy a little bit more time as they break it, and oh, that's a great shock. Look at the damage done. Brave, just one hit, but it's not going to be landed at all. With Zeek going down, the spike will be planted. Supermassive Blaze well and truly in control. It looked like there was going to be a little bit of a fumble, but now they've got that numbers advantage. They've got the plant, and now they've got the big peaks, but they're losing players. It doesn't matter as they close it out nice and neatly in the end.
A more comfortable pick.
Nice setup early there for Acend. They wanted to put down the nano swarm to get a player into wine. It's been read, expected, and Supermassive Blaze, well, they applied quite a nice bit of pressure, but Izzy going down to the nano swarm keeps the numbers in Ascend's favor. starxo locked in a battle now. Players rushing the site behind him. He has to charge forward, and he'll do so successfully. Even running all the way back into their spawn. They pursue. They still haven't caught him, and now they've lost the site because the Acend members are here to fight. cNed dropped right away, and BONECOLD, well, he steps on back. Doesn't want to fight that any longer. The door wide open. Zeek, though, caught breaking the wall. Won't throw them off by all too much. SMB are holding on remarkably well in this round so far, and now even propelling into the lead. There's still 30 seconds left. That's still a decent amount of time to work with, and with a 2v2 and low HP on starxo, it's so winnable, but BONECOLD will save the day. It's BONECOLD with the 3K.
Control, and then still seem to come out of it in a very, well, positive position. That from cNed is just disgusting. Like, to get the deep player as well, you've just got to be frustrated. And well, their reaction after having some weaker weaponry is just to be incredibly aggressive through mid and B, and it's worked wonders.
Yeah, that's just ludicrous. Izzy's going to be dropped here. So, numbers sticking well and truly in Ascend's favor. In this round, obviously hoping for a slightly closer range engagement, but he got out with one and distracted pretty much the entire team as they scrambled to deal with him. This turret's actually not going to spot Cyder, so he's able to at least get the first. And now on the swing around, he's actually getting a little bit more, but never mind. The round will not go to Supermassive Blaze. No info spotted, but they're going to just run out right afterwards. The Blade Storm on Izzy, getting some good damage in, and now looking for a little bit more down below. The right click hasn't landed. starxo's given an opportunity, but it is a short-lived one.
Oh, okay. And they've used the res, committing a lot into this one. The shock dart, though, is going to drop, and the problem is the time. Down to just 10 seconds. They have to get this plant in, and there's a Hunter's Fury to try and deny it as well. If he dies here, it could all be over. He's going to get it within the second. It will go down, and now BONECOLD, well, so close to winning it individually, has to try and take on 3.
Well, he's already had the 3K, but this is going to be a much harder one. They're just anchored on the site. Great shot. The reaction time was lightning fast, but Brave ends up getting the better of him. Fully getting them across, though, that's a little more shallow than I think they would have liked. Unless that's intentional to give them the angle to play off. BONECOLD is dealt with immediately. cNed's Blade Storm has found its first victim. Its second victim as well. A small gap left, but it's enough. He's conscious of someone coming through middle. That player spotted, but cNed now charges to sight. Damage done. He needs to refresh these blades. Just 3 to play with here. Oh, going to be spotted and, well, nicely closed out. And they can play this one together, having all the angles open. Time's going to start to be an issue. Great pick by starxo that mitigates a lot of those problems that start to develop down below. Surely he doesn't get both as they drop on in. They're lined up, and Gove knocks them down. 5-2, Supermassive Blaze. 1v1 duels. This should be a nice, easy, just clean as, no problems really in this round. Because, like, Acend haven't really bought anything, so walk in the park is kind of what comes to mind.
Oh, eventually. Come on.
Kills, maybe.
I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. They've got res. They've got res. They could bring one back. Cyder, he's got a good spot.
30 seconds
They've
left.
got this into a winnable position.
You
But the
will
time.
not kill my allies.
Not even
They've
worried.
got to break their own wall.
Yeah, few more for Ascend, naturally. Come in with pistols and end up in a 1v3. Brave is alone, and he's dealt with as well. Of course, it's a pistol to kill him too. I don't know. I don't know why else he'd have me doing it.
That'd be weird.
5-3. Ascend are in a prime spot after that previous round, but now with the rifles in hand, they've got to do something that apparently is a little bit more difficult for them, winning a buy round.
Oh, starxo is absolutely screwed, and they're being ripped apart. Wow, SuperMassive Blaze took that one personally, coming with a quick round in towards the A side, and the remaining two players, they've got to save. But the problem is the amount of space that's available. Izzy's going to be going right over the top again. The right click betrays him. Gets nothing for it, but Brave is turning the round. He is looking fantastic. I was wondering how the switch of agents would play a part for him, but, well, it seems like it's no problem at all. And then you got Glow on the other side, shutting down the round. 7-3, SuperMassive Blaze. They might be about to get a little bit lucky because, oh, there's no way. I was about to say they're walking into a classic. Instead, though, starxo, he comes out with 2? No, that should never happen.
Okay, it looks like it's being recovered nicely, though. Izzy with a great double kill. Zeek still alive if they can drop Izzy, but that's proven to be a pretty difficult task. 6 bullets left, and he charges right at them. The 4K locked in. SuperMassive Blaze on
The util combo, though. This could be perfect. They got the Gravwell on the other side. They don't know it's there because of the screen. That's perfect. The Cosmic Divide pulls or almost tricks them into position. And now the door's closing. There's only seconds left on the clock. They have to go sprinting into this site. And well, there is just no time for Glow to do anything. Solid round from Ascend. The bait and switch having all their utility in the right spot.
You know, this slow play from Izzy up behind. He might. Oh, they've turned, but not in time. BONECOLD looks back towards the site. Izzy cuts them off, and it's only cNed left down below. They know exactly where he is. The first is found, and cNed almost gets it. 10 HP left on XiSTOU, but that is enough to give the pistol to SuperMassive Blaze.
They're slowly building up into what is an A take.
Concealment.
Now Bladestorm gonna be swinging the corner on the Glow. Big fight for him. What a spray correction. Catching BONECOLD as he comes around the corner. A little bit more needs to be done. SuperMassive Blaze have XiSTOU on the site. That lockdown cannot be used. Not from where he currently is. They just rush him down. He's got to win the duels instead, and it's a little bit too difficult. Bladestorm still looking for some victims late into the round. And it's going to be valuable for stopping that retake from coming through. Or actually, he's going to use it as a backup to his rifle. CyderX getting caught off by that. starxo with another. It's clean. It's Ascend with 6. Passive approach to it.
It's going to be the fight back in towards short. Brave having that rifle. Oh, okay. Never mind. And cNed, well, after using the Bladestorm in the previous round, is looking to try and get it close to back online. I said he wouldn't be quiet for long. And hey, an ace coming into round number 17 is definitely going to be a difference maker.
You want to fight it?
Oh, here's the reveal on Brave. He actually is quite brave. He's swinging out wide, playing with his team on that fight and getting a massive reward for it. They're going to get that res through, though. The Cosmic Divide of SuperMassive Blaze actually allowing Ascend to pop a res. We end up in this 3v3 with no information for either teams, locked off by this X on the map, but it's about to fade. Opportunity.
I think they were almost waiting for starxo to try and get something here, but Izzy's just too quick for them in both cases. 2 down, it's left onto BONECOLD. He needed an ace of his own for them to win that round, and SuperMassive Blaze come back to form. Izzy's
They've given that away, and so here comes the entirety of SMB.
Deploying drone.
Not really anything available, it seems, to deny the lockdown. So they're just going to have to surrender this space, and it leaves them in a pretty awkward spot because, well, those gaps is where Ascend are likely to throw the entirety of their utility belt. They know there's only one place that glo could have been. A Hunter's Fury of their own going to be thrown forward, and already they will capitalize. Maybe not with the kill, but with the space that it took.
To be honest, with what glo was able to do there, I'm incredibly impressed. He stayed alive for so long underneath A Heaven. He managed to burn up so much utility. He got an Astra Star down. He spammed to scare them, ran back under, grav weld. They couldn't push on the back of their utility and their lockdown, which was insanely valuable, but he still ends up going down. They had way too much. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, he managed to get them to use their Hunter's Fury. So really pulling a lot of utility off them in that situation, but he needed the killer too to follow up, right? And that didn't happen. His teammates didn't get there in time, get back in towards those sightlines in time, and so we're looking at the round definitely going to Ascend, despite these picks that are, you know, definitely in SMB's favor. They've pretty much killed everyone. The spike will still explode.
Yeah, okay. They wiped the entirety of the Ascend team. Now, it's going to be costly. They can get him in and actually have a very real chance of winning this round.
Concealment. Get out of my way.
XiSTOU's found another to starxo. This is looking very good for SMB with the res coming through. Sure, a plant is found, but to hell with your plant. There's no Hunter's Fury on the side of Ascend to play post-plant or to counter the lockdown that XiSTOU has online.
Just shock darts. That's the worry. And they've held the control. That's the bigger problem. This is where you're always going to be putting the lockdown. So cNed in space, and actually they're just going to kill off everyone that tries to get into position. A slaughterhouse of the remaining players. Another comes through for BONECOLD, and while this has to be the defense of the lockdown to have any chance. Damn, okay. Ascend were ready for any sort of play. That was a 3 versus 5. Okay. All right.
Not the intended interaction from Ascend, but it is what it is. There's a push coming down on mid. No connections from the rifles, but it's CyderX to take down Kiles as the attempted push through short is met by Brave, able to pick up a first. glo in with another. This is looking good for SMB. They've got a lot of control here. The spike on the floor, and Zeek, although he'll find the first, can he even get this planted? There's so many players around. Take down the jet as well. This is starting to get a little bit dangerous. Shock dart avoided another tap. He's going to be flanked out from the door, though. XiSTOU saving the day for SMB. Stuck in boathouse is, I mean, expected. He's been playing here a bit. They've spotted him before. If he can manage to find a kill or two, it would be fantastic, but nothing landed as they overrun B. And SMB have to now take stock of what they've got. 3v3. No ultimates online, but a little bit of utility to work with. Still a slow on Brave. They can't lose Izzy here. Oh, he's gone down right away. The lockdown for Kiles deployed. It's not needed. The kills come in way too quickly. Get one and get out. Hold on. Izzy's going all the way up. Aggressive into their faces. And a double kill's rewarded for it. The dash back, a player above, surely will be his demise. But a good start to this important round. cNed steps up and does exactly the same.
Yeah, they can also play a dirty after plant here. Kiles, oh, he's going to get so lucky. He's got cNed alongside him. The ping will give some info. The shock darts could actually do a reasonable amount of damage here, but now it's left to CyderX. He has not had the best of games individually, and they're even going to try and Hunter's Fury him out of this corner.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one. It won't matter, though. cNed's there to take it to OT.
Very well for them last time around. It hasn't started out the same. Zeek opening this one up. That's XiSTOU gone, and they're going to look to the A side to try and remedy this.
The problem now is that same momentum they had is nigh on completely gone. Izzy has fallen and still surviving in that corner. We've seen a tasty warband come through from a different Brave. Oh, okay. He's going to catch him in the smoke instead. Killer's trying to be a bit audacious. No way out. cNed has rotated in. That operator watching from up high, landing the shot and leaving just one man standing Ascend. It took them a while, but they've got that buy round. Thrown with the shock dart. That's really nice.
I have the spike.
30 seconds.
Costly for Ascend's attack early on. There's the opening pick for Izzy. The operator going to swing out wide. The dash still well and truly online, giving him all this confidence to play with. But They've redirected themselves. Ascend instead shifting focus to CyderX on the back of B. He is taken down immediately. Kiles has got another. Ascender back on top. A 4 versus 2 now sits in front of them, and a plant will be secured. Supermassive Blaze are going to have to fight tooth and nail to get this one across the line. Izzy's even spotted crossing on mid. Will he check his close right corner? No! Kiles has another. But Glow left alone. This is looking like Acend have made the comeback happen. Supermassive Blaze pick this map and they get off to a flying start, but they crash and burn to give Acend a 1-0 lead.
From Brave, he's hearing every single footstep, just looking to lurk him from behind, but Kiles has caught him. If they manage to trade this back, it could be a problem, and more importantly, Brave stays alive, and now Glow is just not expected within the site. He mops up the remainder, leaving just Kiles, and while Brave is still in behind. Coming out of Acend. So much space already garnered, and well, the fight back from Glove. Oh, nice shot at least, but he can't quite connect the no-scope. It would have been incredibly impressive if he could, and by the looks of it, starxo is actually going to go pushing all the way down. Kiles waiting on that flank. It's the sweetest timing he could have done, and while for Izzy, not a lot of hope.
There's a chance he might even catch Kiles. And in fact, these players are not taking TP. They're going on long. There's one. Oh, Izzy.
Okay.
The nade is going right on target. These players push back towards the site. I think they're still going to be safe from spike explosion, which Izzy will go down to on purpose. That is an insane amount of damage. SMB have done unbelievably well.
So it's very possible that Acend tried to get aggressive around the other side, and that's exactly what they do. They clear towards the spawn and have an afterplant from a different position. Kiles is in a bit of trouble, but luckily he's got cNed to support him. Another double coming in, and while Izzy tries his best, but it isn't going to be enough, and give them an easier opener going into the next. They've already got the res, the Viper's Pit available. Okay, you can try it against most, but you can't try it against cNed. They will still trade it out, and there's actually a rifle down, but the rest of the site has been completely lost, and Kiles is still lurking.
Yep, well handled. I mean, look, the risk is if you get upset in this round, you lose your money. Your economy might kind of run away from you. A couple players are on lower buy. But I realized then, but they had like Viper's Pit and everything to play with.
Like, so I would say incredibly impactful, but this is definitely one of them for the potential positions to clear. And well, actually, they're going to force Izzy completely into the open, not in the most normal spot for it to be placed. He's going to get killed off by the nade. Not anything he can really do there. And while they got the opener they desired, XiSTOU, though, he wants to re-aggress. Okay, then. Zeek has just been finished off. Didn't even know that was up for a battle. He will be brought back from the fray, however.
Yeah, as we said, lots of ultis for lost shields on Zeek, lost shields on cNed, and now the showstopper activated. But oh my god, Brave has just ruined the hopes of this round. They committed so much on the side of Ascend. A showstopper, an orbital strike, a res, and SMB get out with 4 players, Tom.
Locking down mid.
Scout destroyed.
And again, we're seeing this more and more. The staggered pit. Viper behind, Sova up close, or someone else up close. Doesn't have to be Sova. Up close on this side, though, you've got a lot of Ascend players dashing on out, finding actually mixed results. Brave is shutting this down from long. Everything was looking good until this man got involved. And, well, the IGL is CyderX having a bit of a better time. Going in through the TP, securing another angle. BONECOLD is heard on long. He's going to have a very tough time closing this one out.
Not really a necessity. Trying to bait him out with the peek, but he's actually missed the timing completely. So Brave is going to sneak round, flash into his face, and okay, BONECOLD still gets the kill. Around a tiny gap, and actually the Viper's Pit might just pull a rotation or two. It will, and just as they go to move, Zeek is ready and waiting. If anything, though, that kind of holds a couple of players back. It gives them an opening to try and find something, but BONECOLD's going to be the one to win it with a pistol.
What?
Leaving Glove as the solo defender, and after being tagged up twice, there was nothing he could really do. The remaining members of SMB would just fall back to save, and it might be too little too late. The slow in combination with the paint show is going to leave a fairly low HP player on the side. Brave is dead. He had to just try and find something there, peeking out into the open, and Izzy has gone down on the rotation. In fact, A-Site has actually fallen into the hands of just starxo. Trade back for XiSTOU, though, does make things interesting, and Glove just comes straight through the TP and takes down 2. This round is workable now.
That Hunter's Fury comes through, and it almost finds BONECOLD, but Glove goes down on the way through Hookah. It's CyderX who has to clutch it out. Charging onto the site. I don't know what happened there. Spammed as well. The reveal going through. cNed stepping into the corner. They know exactly where he is. So many players peeking him. I don't know how he stays alive for that long. And in the process, BONECOLD takes down the whole enemy team. 4 quick kills, and the round is saved with BONECOLD's ace. Acend, look, they maybe shouldn't have ended up with just 1 player alive at the end of this round.
Did that in the last round. Checking for aggression. Zeek is just going to force back all of these players. I doubt he'll find anything. See that?
Oh, he got it.
And actually, Zeek got XiSTOU?
He got him inside lamps, or inside lamps, indeed. Yeah, he peeked out. He jumped out wide, took the shot. Another kill for Zeek as he secures that. And you got post-plant BONECOLD with Molly. Not much else to play with here. Honestly, post-plant play is unlikely. They'll look to actually fight on the site, and that Cosmic Divide further secures it. Look at the flank from starxo, though. He is coming right up behind them. They have no idea that he can be here at this point. Eventually, they'll think about their flank, but not in time. Oh, this is so perfect. Zeek going down. They further concentrate in towards lamps. Look at the Molly. They're looking at everything except for starxo. And as that Cosmic Divide fades, starxo strikes, taking the final 2 kills in the final round of the half for Acend. cNed there? Good luck when he gets a judge out or something like that. Oh, nasty stuff! starxo hits every single headshot! All right, so Dream, listen. I was talking to Dream on a podcast. We were chatting, and this guy said, it's not a duelist anymore. It's not a duelist. My response was in NA, maybe. We'll see about EU, right? If you could realistically ask for or hope for or imagine if you're SMB. I doubt you'd be asking for this poor of a start if you were SMB. That would be very strange. Only Brazilian teams want that.
Oh, he's in such a good spot. How does he get away with that? 2 kills found, even manages to escape it. And, well, there were some vulnerabilities in this round, the weaponry being one of them, but he's already managed to get that, and he's getting closer to trying to get the res. cNed, they're just taking over this round. Finally, Brave will put him down, but it seems to be too little, too late killers. They don't even know. They don't know that he's still here.
They have managed to evade him, so he hasn't got the info just yet, but that smoke's faded. That kill's easy, and now he can get back through the wall as well. Get out of there. He's not even stuck in a corner. Really nice utility that was played in the early round and working out perfectly for him here. That spike, he might be able to jump up and pick it, but you know, jumping would even be difficult because there's players everywhere. And as soon as he moves, he's shot down. But they avoided giving the early aggression any sort of results over on the Acend side so far. That's a little risky, but well, that's the spike drop and they're going right through. Not sure I like this against pistols, but I guess it really underlines how confident Acend are feeling.
Yeah, no, this is them basically rubbing salt in the wounds. This is them kicking someone while they're down.
Lightning fast, red hot, and well, you're gonna have the first duel onto XiSTOU, or maybe Brave. These players have no idea what's going on as they're pushed out from their own spawn. SMB have just been caught off guard practically this whole map long, and it's gonna end here with Glove 1 versus 4. Trapped out on long, miles away from the spike, and Acend, they're not even playing Valorant anymore. They're just running it down. They're deathmatching. 13-4, we close it out 2-0. The best team in the world, still looking a little bit undefeatable.